Hello, I'm Chris Williams from Read Comics, They're Bad For You, the name of my YouTube channel. Or if you're watching this on BitChute, the name of my BitChute channel is Comic Freak. Today we're reading this article. Disney will spell check scripts for gender bias in partnership with Geena Davis. As the name of my video tells you, Disney is going down further into the gender identity toilet. As if they weren't further down there, that they'd practically be in the sewer. Well, in the sewer and probably being washed out into the ocean this very moment. Geena Davis is probably doing this because she's not getting very many roles anymore beyond being a grandma. She still looks relatively good, I'd say, but yeah, she's probably not getting any great roles anymore, so she has to do something to keep herself busy, so she decided to throw her hat into the gender identity ring so that she can get the phrase from the SJWs because no one is going to see any of her movies anymore. And let's dig into this article. Disney partners with Geena Davis to implement a spell check on scripts for gender bias, regarded as a fervent advocate for female representation in film and television. Oscar winner Davis totes an impressive list of credits to her name, including A League of Their Own, Grey's Anatomy, Glow, Commander-in-Chief, and cult classic Thelma and Louise. Not limited to an on-screen talent, Davis funded the Geena Davis Institute on Gender and Media, focusing on studies of representation gaps in entertainment. The foundation was inspired by Davis' journey in parenting a young girl. No stranger to show business, Davis has shared personal experiences from landmark films to bridge the gap between gender prejudice. The Beetlejuice actress often quotes her institute mantra, "If girls see it, they can be it," and has prominently displayed the example that young women flock to competitive archery after the release of The Hunger Games and Pixar's Brave. Davis declares, however, there is still significant progress to be made. Speaking at the New Zealand Inclusion Summit, Davis revealed her next step to eliminate gender inequality as reported to THR. Davis has partnered with Walt Disney Studios to implement a digital tool dubbed GDIQ, spell check for bias, to analyze gender representation in the text of a script. The technology's task is to tally the genders and ethnicities of characters. From there, the spell check will proceed to analyze the level of vocabulary among various groups, display opportunities for diversity, and reveal unconscious bias. Davis expressed her excitement at joining forces with Disney to use this technology moving forward. So, Geena, you're basically going to make scripts have equal parts male and female in ethnicity, no matter if the characters call for it or not. Because, well, a writer writing a certain character has certain ideas, but he has to now format those ideas around your ideas of how he should do it. So you're basically destroying stories just so you can include stuff that has nothing to do with the original writer of the story or the directors. Absolutely brilliant, Geena Davis. I'm sure it'll work, and I'm being sarcastic, it will fail. I'm very proud, in Geena's words here, to announce we have a brand new partnership with Walt Disney Studios using spell check for bias. They are our pilot partners. We're going to collaborate with Disney over the next year using this tool to help their decision-making and identity opportunities, to increase diversity and inclusion into the manuscripts that they receive. We're very excited about the possibilities with this new technology, and we encourage everybody to get in touch with us and give it a try. Geena Davis, sweetie, this sounds like a totally terrible idea. You're defanging writers and taking the decisions for good characters out of the hands of them, but every other creative person who works on a movie. Just so you can just shove your identity politics into it. Well, yeah, you're making it so that nothing will be different. Everything will be the same. No one will have any unique personalities anymore either. But getting back to the article, adamant about not intending to attack screenwriters, Davis claims the goal is not to shame and blame, but expose the unconscious bias that emerges in screenplays after a spell check treatment. Informed adjustments can be advised and made to scripts. Davis went on to declare, "We can make this change happen very fast in the time it takes to create a new show or a new film. We can present a whole new vision of the future. As of this writing, it remains to be seen what future Disney projects will use the new technology." Oh, I'm sure a lot of brainwashed directors and writers will use it, but also other people who don't want to use it will be forced to use it and their scripts will suffer for it. Their movies will be there'll be a lot more bombs from now on if they use these tools. And I'm sure Geena Davis will smile and say everything is all right while everything around her is on fire and burning down. In addition to Disney's partnership, Davis shows no signs of slowing down and recently joined forces with Starz to produce the documentary This Changes Everything, focusing on gender balance on screen and behind the scenes. The documentary will examine gender discrimination, featuring interviews with Meryl Streep, Jessica Chastain, Reese Witherspoon, and more. Consistently riding the wave of change, the Mouse House is revered as an entertainment empire, and that makes me laugh. And adopting the script and spell check technology will influence more companies to do the same. Hopefully not. Disney ensuring a platform for diversity and taking proper precautions with scripts will no doubt resonate on a global level. Oh God, this is just a joke. Another article where someone appears to be writing it by, checking off as many SJW and non-player character check marks as possible. Do they have these on a list? I have to ask. It just seems like they're writing these articles on lists. Check that one. Got it. This is perfect. So not only is the contagion of the SJW non-player character disease spreading rapidly through everything, but now it appears that they no longer care and they're just saying it publicly, which is a given. They've done this for the past year, but they're really trying to push this down our throats, and it's going to make them suffer, as no one's going to want to see these movies, as they have nothing that will resonate or be able to anyone to relate to these characters that they're going to put on screen and try to have their agendas being loud and proud and trying to scream it to everyone's ears so that there's no way for any of us to get away from it. But there is. We can just go home, not watch TV, open a book, or just go online and watch someone who actually knows what they're doing. It's a sad thing that everything now has to be political. At least they're trying to make it political. They should know that we're not going to watch their movies, no matter how many characters they turn into females or how many characters they have sprout this idiotic nonsense. But the thing is, they're killing themselves, especially with what Geena Davis is doing here with this gender bias tool. She's going to force script writers to make everything equal, which means no character will be different or be original or be even watchable, because no one will be able to, as I've said, relate to these characters. This is a very important thing for movies. The characters have to resonate with people. But if you're forcing people to check off check marks in everything, how are they going to tell a story or have characters that will be engaging? This is a death knell to the entertainment industry. They should see this as something that will totally destroy their product. And it is, and they've been doing it for the past few years. But now that there are alternatives to this, that fan creations can be far better than anything made by Hollywood. But not just them. The porn industry is apparently getting in on this by doing porno movies that are actually a lot more funny and entertaining than actual movies done by people who've been in the industry for years, namely Disney, what with Brie Larson's Captain Marvel having nothing that anyone can actually like about it. I mean, it's not good, it's not bad. I watched that movie and it was like, a car ride. Nothing happened in it. It was like watching the trees pass when you're in a car. And that's why it should have bombed. It only made money because it had goodwill from the other MCU movies going in. And this is what's going to happen. If they spell check it, it's going to make all movies probably very much like Captain Marvel. And that's going to be horrible because no one's going to go want to see those movies. Pretty soon they're going to go from just basically being in a car ride to every movie being like that, to no one going to see those movies. And it doesn't matter if they're good or bad because no one will see those movies. So they'll have no opinion on them. And those movies will not make any money. And, Disney can go say that they weren't bad movies, but no one went to see them, so no one would even have any opinion on them. So I guess Disney could say, yes, they're good movies. And that's just Disney being their usual self of lying through their teeth. But hey, people like Geena Davis and everyone else in Hollywood, keep doing what you're doing. I'm sure it won't backfire horribly in your faces. Now, if you like this video, subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed because YouTube is going around unsubscribing people, so make sure you're still subscribed. If you're watching my videos but you have not subscribed, please subscribe to me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Read Comics, They're Bad For You. Then go over to BitChute and subscribe to my BitChute channel, Comic Freak. And could you please share this video, share it on Twitter, and share it on Facebook, because YouTube is not going around promoting their creators' videos anymore, and it would really help me if you could please share this video. And now I'm going to plug for my independent comic book again, so listen closely to what I have to say. Keep checking back in future videos for more information on my own upcoming independent comic book, Scumdogs. I'm Chris Williams, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video or review.